The gravity of gun violence gripping the country on full display during a press conference this morning as the government seeks to further strengthen its case against illegal firearms and, by extension, gun manufacturers. Carla Palmer has tonight's top story.
On display at the press conference were high-powered weapons, Uzis, pistols, AK-47s, shotguns and automatic drum magazine firearms with the capability of firing 50 to 100 rounds at a time. Many of these weapons used in the shooting deaths of mainly young males, in which firearms account for 95% of the majority of serious crimes in the country. The problem intolerable for the government, as the Bahamas does not manufacture firearms. And as a high priority, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis wants those companies who make these illegal firearms that end up in this jurisdiction to pay, hence the multi-million-dollar lawsuit.
As Prime Minister, I acknowledge the importance of this legal action and the potential for a positive outcome in our ongoing fight against gun violence. We have witnessed firsthand the devastating consequences of illegal firearms on our communities, families, and overall security.
So far this year, there are in excess of 20 shooting deaths with 74 illegal firearms confiscated. Last year, over 100 persons were killed in gun-related incidents and close to 400 illegal weapons seized. While the government is reportedly employing all the necessary resources to mitigate illegal firearms into the country, the Prime Minister is convinced this added legal measure that's a collaborative effort with other Caribbean nations to result in an outcome necessary to bring change.
We believe that by holding gun manufacturers responsible for their role in the distribution and sale of these weapons, we can create a safer environment for our citizens and reduce the violence that has plagued our region. The scale of this issue extends beyond the borders of any single country, and we understand that a comprehensive and coordinated response is necessary. By joining forces with our regional partners, we are sending a strong message that we will not tolerate the unchecked flow of illegal firearms into our nations.
In addition to the legal action, the Prime Minister has committed the government's efforts to investing in education and social development programs with a view to turn people away from a life of crime.
It is essential to address not only the supply of illegal firearms, but also the demand for them by tackling the underlying issues that drive individuals towards crime and violence. I want to assure the Bahamian people that our government is fully committed to this fight.
Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernando is too optimistic of these developments.
These weapons were traced. The majority of these weapons traced and are connected came from the U.S. 90% of the weapons traced from the U.S., and this is the highest in the region.
Some of these weapons are still being used as evidence in matters before the courts. Others will be destroyed, while the remaining will go to the armory until further investigations are completed. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.